Panorama offers free overnight parking on their lot. So we're going to be right on the mountain.
One of the few and far between ski resorts allow overnight parking. So thumbs up to Panorama already.
Absolutely. We're going to be staying at the P2 lot. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to have ski in and ski out, van lifestyle. So if you want to see more, join us. Can you really leave a stable medical career in a 1,200 square foot home in Florida to live in a self-converted camper van with less than 75 square feet? We're Igor and Amanda, and we did exactly that. Since February of 2025, we've been traveling in North America with our two dogs, Rocket and Gabby, in tow. Whether we're snowboarding down mountain peaks, hiking through national parks, or reconnecting with old friends, we're on a mission to live life without regret. So subscribe and join us as we push your boundaries while navigating the highs and lows of life on the road. Hopefully, we inspire you to chase your own adventures. After a long week of working in Atlanta, I was ready to get back to my family in our van. I'm always struck by the beauty of the West as I fly over it.
Hussy Daddy. Hussy Daddy. Who is it? After the pups and I picked up Igor on a very rainy, chilly day at Jackson Hole Airport, we started our trek northward toward Panorama in British Columbia to start the Canadian leg of our ski trip. Our journey was mapped at over 12 hours, so we knew we would be breaking up our trip into 2 days, seeing how Igor's flight did not land in Wyoming until 2 in the afternoon. Our first day, we made a plan to make it to Butte, Montana, which was a little under 5 hours and totally doable for a late start drive.
So day one of our drive, just got back from Atlanta, spent a week at Grady working. Amanda picked me up at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Originally we were going to stop there and go to Jackson Hole for a few days before we continued north up to Big Sky, Montana, but with the weather being what it is and it's getting late in the season, we decided to scratch those plans and head up to Canada. So we have a 11-hour, 680-mile trip from Jackson Hole, Wyoming to Panorama, British Columbia. And we are excited about it. This is day one of the trip. We're going to stop in Butte, Montana, and spend the night. Amanda's already got a awesome place for us to hang out for the night. We're gonna grab dinner, edit some videos, and hang out. And then in the morning, we're gonna continue the drive. We're gonna cross the border into Canada and make it all the way up to Panorama. First time there, we're excited about it. Amanda did some research about it, and she learned that Panorama offers free overnight parking on their lot. So we're going to be right on the mountain.
One of the few and far between ski resorts allow overnight parking. So thumbs up to Panorama already.
Absolutely. We're going to be staying at the P2 lot. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to have ski in and ski out, van lifestyles.
Luckily, the weather for our drive was fairly mild after we left the rain in Jackson Hole, and although there was snow all around, the roads were clear. Stops along the way were few and far between in this area of the country, but like always, we made sure to get the pups out, and they had a blast running around in the snow. drive took us through a national elk refuge in Jackson, over the Teton Pass into Idaho, and through the Targhee National Forest, which covers over 3 million acres across southeastern Idaho, northern Utah, and western Wyoming. We spotted elk, deer, and about 100 snowmobilers on our drive through this stretch. As soon as we were leaving the Targhee National Forest, we crossed the state line into Montana. We used our handy internet resources to find a quick free place to stay overnight in Butte. If you want to know how we always find completely free places to stay overnight in our van, check out this video linked below. In this case, it was a trusty Walmart parking lot, one of the largest we have ever seen, which amazingly had a large empty field right beside it, which Rocket and Gabby wholeheartedly enjoyed.
We drove about 220 miles. We are in Butte, Montana, about 7.5 hours away from Panorama in British Columbia. So we're getting settled in for the night. Pups are...
It looks like you have like this tiny short arm.
So we're getting settled in for the night, and it's my first day back of the van, getting used to the 50 square feet, hanging out with the pups.
Do you think you have to get used to it every time?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, we have to get used to having you in our space.
Nice. Good to know. Yeah, just getting used to the routines. Say goodnight.
Good morning from Wagon Trails van. We're just getting our morning routine started. We're in Butte, Montana. We came in late last night and we're in a Walmart parking lot. It's nice and quiet. It's actually the biggest Walmart parking lot I've ever seen. So we're just starting our morning routine. We get woken up by the dogs, by Gabby specifically, almost every morning at around 7. And then I take them out for their morning potty walk, as we call it, pee-pee caca. And now they've had their breakfast, which they get when they come back in. And today's the beginning of the month, so they're getting their monthly heartworm flea tick preventative, if I can get it open. And I'm making some coffee for Igor and I. And we're going to figure out what we're going to have for breakfast, and then we'll hit the road. The Canadian border awaits us.
Day 2 of the road trip.
Day 2. All right, we're finishing off our coffee. Trip to Canada, day 2, well underway. We left Butte and we're headed towards the Canadian border. We stopped at the grocery store, got a few essentials, got gas, got our oil topped off at Jiffy Lube. It was a little bit low. Walked the dogs, and now we drive. We got about 7 hours ahead of us today. So far the weather is nice and clear, so that'll be good for a driving day. But once we get there, I hope snow. Day 2 of our drive had us on the road for 7.5 hours, which included more gorgeous scenery of the Northwest. We drove past huge, pristine lakes with the snow-capped Sapphire and Mission Mountains in the distance, and entered into the Kootenai National Forest as we approached the U.S.-Canadian border crossing in Rooseville.
We crossed the border with no problems. The Canadian Border Patrol were so friendly, and they even offered their condolences on their lack of snow for us this year. So we made it into Canada.
Woo! Successful border crossing.
Yeah. No issues at the border. We are.
Well, I did have to surrender my pepper spray and my stabby cat, which they call a push dagger.
Push dagger. Yeah.
Which you just push into someone's jugular vein. Those are.
She's a criminal.
They are self-protection devices. However, they are prohibited in Canada. So, oh well.
We are about 2.5 hours away from Panorama. Unfortunately, the weather, it is what it is. We all know that it's not been a good snow season out west. We were talking to the Border Patrol officer, and he's like, normally there's about 3 to 4 feet of snow all around the building here at the border, and there's nothing. So, anyway, we're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna have a good time. Onward. Checking down. This is our second year driving the van into British Columbia for snowboarding. Last year, we absolutely fell in love with the natural beauty of this area, and we were so excited to experience Panorama Resort, which was not on the itinerary last year. We continued through the Kootenay National Forest, through the city of Invermere. The road up to Panorama was a bit treacherous for Marc Anthony, with huge dips, bumps, and fallen rocks in the middle of the lanes. But nevertheless, he got us up to the top of the mountain and into our parking spot for the night. Panorama offers free overnight parking in the P2 lot, which is just a short walk to the ski village gondola. This is how we have ski in and ski out conditions, van lifestyle. So we made it up to Panorama, British Columbia. Took us about a day and a half to drive up from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we're going to spend the next 20 days in Canada just playing around. There's a renowned powder highway, and it's a powder highway. It basically does a loop around British Columbia with access to multiple ski resorts. So our plan is to go to Panorama, up to Lake Louise, and then we're going to start going west to Revelstoke, Sun Peaks, and then down to Red Mountain before we come back into the country. Yeah, follow us for more.